time to make sure that like while I'm eating, I'm being enjoyed by something. But I think that we're growing the back end.
Right.
We're getting a lot of our followers are going up on the page every time. I think it's like every time somebody catch on, like, oh shoot, that's Austin, that's day one, blase. I'll cut this. This is intro, and we're recording, but like they go over and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should go. Obviously, we gonna start there. There's so much life we've lived. Like when you really think about how much life we've lived, there's a lot of life that we've lived together as a team. And
Right.
so obviously we're not gonna go into everything, but we want to make sure that the intro, because it even goes back. It starts back to the recruiting trip. We was at
Wow, we
Amos'
was
house.
on the
It
same
was.
recruiting trip.
I bitch two.
That boy,
I bitch
that
two
boy.
70. Oh, y'all bitch that. I bitch 275. Y'all made me feel strong. I would never forget that. I was like, who's this nigga?
Out there
Excuse my
buff.
language. Like, who's
Out there buff. They like,
this?
man, what? They getting
I
this
think I said like
linebacker to play corner for us?
I think I said like 215 or something like that. I was like, I bench like 215, like me in high school. What do you mean? I don't bench. It's basketball season. I'm not benching right now. He's like, oh, y'all made me feel strong in here. We was in Amos' crib, which we
Probably had a white beater on or something, or a
no,
little
you had
white
your. I think you had
t-shirt.
your Letterman jacket on, which we ended up standing. It was just funny because when we get in the story, which we should, I'm gonna throw an intro in. We stayed in that same crib. Like when you fast forward.
Oh my gosh, we sure did. Oh man, that was the house that we met each other, and
Yeah.
then we ended up staying in that house together.
That's just crazy how that goes.
Amo,
Figure
man,
something out.
Amo faux tray.
Man, what's
Shout out.
y'all? What's up, y'all? How's it going? Um, Obviously, I'm getting, in the bag where I'm getting in shape enough to get on this thing. I'm not tired as y'all feel me as I was last week. I was exhausted giving y'all that show,
Yeah.
and it was hard. But this week we got energy, and this is a great show. It's a show I wanted to do for y'all because it's important that as we grow, this is the life show first and foremost at TheLiefShow show. Follow right now, subscribe right now. But as we grow, y'all gotta know who y'all growing with. It's no different than anything you do in the world. You follow who you know, you follow who you believe in. So, I got my man Weez to the left. Intro short. Weez to the left. What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm good, brother. I can't complain. What you drinking? Some Kool-Aid? I look like a big old glass of Kool-Aid.
This is my life show drink. I always gotta have me something to sip on when we talk.
I call it
Um,
Kool-Aid.
a little Kool-Aid, a little nothing heavy. Cause y'all see my eyes. If y'all watch on YouTube, eyes are still healthy. Eyes are still
Yeah.
healthy.
I'm drinking tea. Shout out to my sister. You
Shout
know,
out to his sister.
she put
Um,
this little mug together for me.
Shout out to obviously Black History Month first and foremost. Obviously they gave us the shortest month in the on the calendar. So okay, that's how we, we don't expect nothing less from them. We make
Oh
do.
man.
But we also created chitlins at one point, and it was delicious to a lot of people until we realized what we were eating. So it's like we make do. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So shout out to Black
Oh
History Month.
man.
I know I
Give
got
us
my
guts, we made chitlins.
gave us guts. Made chitlins, and you know what? It turned around. They like chitlins more than we did, which is something you can talk about, which is crazy. It's
Crazy.
like, but I'm definitely in the classroom. All my kids every morning we having a lesson of Tuskegee Airmen. We learn about
Something.
we've already even Barack Obama's already Black History, so we've already put Barack Obama's already been a lesson. Um, what do we learn about? Obviously, Harriet Tubman. My one of my students loves the Harriet Tubman brain pop. So and if you're not if your teachers are on here, if you're familiar with brain pop, hit that brain pop real quick. It's a nice little 10 minutes of you to be able to game plan your day. Hey, hit that. Hey, do the review and the quizzes on brain pop, and then you can just get your day plan, get your text off, and get back to.
Right.
But it's been fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm teaching kids that don't look like me during this time of the month,
Mm.
and you know you have to even they ask questions that you're like, man, you shouldn't even ask me that question, but they don't know. And so it's like it's fun being able to like, educate them on a different world, especially in a world where it's like it's seeming like our culture, our history is starting to break through the very, very strong cemented concrete walls that have been implanted on us for years, 400 plus. We have to be getting into the 500 years now. Like we've been saying 400
We've
years.
been saying for past 400 years, for the past 400 years, man.
Like we gotta do a time check. It gotta be year 500. We gotta be at
It
year
has to be.
500.
We're in 2020, bro. Like when we hit 2000, it should have been a whole nother
We've
100
been
years.
enslaved for 400 years. I'm like, bro, it was 1993, and now it's 2020. We've been enslaved for 40 years still. It has to be year 500. We might be pushing 6. We are shorting ourselves a bag. You got to figure that out. You got to figure that out. And just like that, and that's what I love about right there at Black History, how we taken everything they've tried to do to us through the struggle of a lot of those people that we celebrate, we've been able to take it and make it into that type of energy. Like you
Right,
can't break it, and that's the beauty of this month. It just shows an unbreakable people. And that's what that means to me. Every time I see, that's what Black History Month means to me. Is just a month of just celebrating the toughest people in the universe.
yeah.
Period. To me, like the toughest people in the universe. Period. Next, next to those who suffered in the Holocaust, of course, but Black people are the toughest people in the universe. Period. And that's what I like about Black History Month.
That's true. No
So,
lies.
Dewan, do you have any thing about Black History Month? You want to say? I had a little text from a little Swaze. You know what I'm saying? So do you have a little, anything about Black History Month that
Um,
you know?
I love celebrating Black excellence and everything, but I want to celebrate Black excellence all year round. Like, and we're getting there. We're getting to the point where we're teaching things all year round, and not just during this month. Like, let's
Yeah,
let's celebrate us this month. Let's celebrate, but let's teach it all year round. But I feel like as a people, we're doing that. So
we are, and
just
it's beautiful to see how infiltrated the culture is every day.
mm,
Even on ESPN, um, you know, who's now in history is the likes of Stuart Scott, who's now Black History. Rest in peace.
mm,
I literally heard a white counterpart colleague of his hitting some of them like old Stuart Scott lines, and I went straight to him like literally like 2 weeks
mm,
ago, and I was like, wow, it was like a booyah. I was like one of those things. I'm like, they don't even like a lot of them don't even know where that trickled down from. Like he's like so it's just like a lot of things that we've done that you see every day. The shoes, uh, even now, what even okay. We want to get into sports. Think about why these coaches are hiring the young like what's the biggest fad hire what's the fad let me ask you what is the fad hire in NFL coaching right now, like what do you got to have as an NFL as a
to be hired as a coach.
yeah, like what is the one thing that the owners and GMs are now like looking for, like period, like what is
They
like
they want they want like a I'm gonna say like a Sean McVay.
yeah, they want that young white
Yeah,
faded up
yeah.
swagged out white boy. Like if you look at Cliff Kingsbury, he like I know Cliff was kicking it with us at the parties. Like, and why do you think they want that type of
Because they were infiltrated in the culture, but they got that
culture?
face.
So now it's like I can have best of both worlds because I know the black man mess with him heavy. No matter if we know that they're hiring him for that reason, that's still my dog
No
though.
more billet checks.
That's still my dog though. No matter if they're hiring him for like we know he's hiring because I'm cool with him, but I'm still cool with him. Don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's still my dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
but now, and that's all influence off of our culture. It's just and it's like the owners had to, in order for you to know that, you have to learn about the people that you're servicing or that is servicing your business. So we are as almighty important. Yes, I'm giving us all the flowers because it's our month. All the flowers. We are so important. The moms. You can't go stress enough about the strongest human being on the earth is a black woman. Period. The strongest human being, period, is a black woman. They're a woman and they're black. What? And if you don't know how powerful those two things are together,
Man.
that's the strongest one on the planet. I couldn't even
Mhm.
imagine what it's like to be a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I
Like,
know it's like
like, because
as a black man, I'm like, dang, like, like, and I'm the black man that's the in the intimidation. Like they're intimidated by me. I'm big stature. I know I'm smart. I know I'm probably smarter than a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
hmm
it comes down to they always want to belittle, or they want to put me in my place, but there's no place to put me when I'm above you in my head, and that's how it comes down
you
to. I'm
can't put
saying
me
that.
in no place I don't believe that
I
I'm
don't
not.
believe I'm
You
in.
know.
Yeah. So
hmm
like, if I think I'm on your level and you think I'm on your level, and you think you're above me, and I think I'm, what level are we at? We're at the same level, so
Right.
you gotta respect that. But this show is not about that. But we're gonna actually go about what this show is about. This show's about obviously the life show in general.
This is gonna be a funny show.
It's gonna be a
There's gonna
funny
be some
show.
funny stories. Because are we talking about like then and now?
Then and now, because even now we have the great stories. Like even now, the stories continue. And
Oh
let me
man.
start by saying I expect us to be in this position where we're at in life together. Let's go ahead and skip
Man, we done been here multiple times.
this. Ain't nothing. Yeah, this ain't
We
nothing.
done been doing something on the computer, videoing, rapping,
it all starts
downloading
with some type of
LimeWire.
technology. Technology brings us together. Technology has brought us together at all costs, bro. Technology, I think every time we've had some form of technology, it's done nothing but bring us together every level, even if it started off not that way. Let's go to the beginning. Obviously, me and Weez came into school together. We went to college together, but it started back. So I met Weez actually, which is funny. We met our senior year of high school. We actually,
Senior year of high school.
and let me
Might
tell
have
y'all,
got you and VJ's number that like during that
yeah,
trip.
because remember we went to the apartment party. Y'all, with you, was Romeo there? No,
Now
BD.
Romeo wasn't
It
there.
was
It was
BD
BD.
Speed. It was
Mhm.
everybody that was there. I think that was the weekend they brought
They
everybody that
brought
was
it was like all the commits and all
all the
of our
commits
people
came.
come
And
on.
that was
Yeah.
like one of the best weekends ever. And at that moment, I knew our class was about to change the whole dynamic. I think our class definitely changed the way San Diego State was ran for the rest of the time being, and that's
We
just
had
fact.
the hometown hero quarterback from
Hometown hero
Hellcat.
quarterback. We were good. Like this was the first time that I think a lot of times as a collective, because we had a like shout out to all the homies that, like as I said, y'all see he wearing a beanie, but shout out to the people who wore the jerseys that embodied San Diego State. We had a lot of successful people, but it wasn't until that year I feel like that success was a collective. Like we really was just like we had to. Uh,
We had two different coaching staffs.
we had white boys that were
Three.
like,
We had three different coaching staffs.
what's the football movie, The Program? We had white boys that like they was coming straight from the program, like the Roy dude. We
Oh
had everything you needed
man.
for a successful team, and eventually it became that. And as you guys can see, they're still rising.
Yeah.
Um, but it started in high school. We had a recruiting trip, and I remember, everybody, we in high school, basketball season, we out here, and we happened to meet
It was
at
over
this
winter break.
winter
Yeah.
break, and I remember missing my basketball game to come out there that weekend. We happened to meet at one of the upperclassmen's houses, which we'll get into the story, which actually ties in where we actually start to really build the bridge that gap from foe to friends and to brothers and to lifelong brothers. So we meet at this party, and what I remember is I remember I'm quiet as hell for one. So I'm sitting there. Me and VJ, I had known VJ. Shout out to my man VJ. I had known VJ from like they had linked our numbers up. Me Ryan, because they wanted me Ryan and VJ were the centerpiece of that offense.
Mhm.
That's all they once they
And
got
we brought in some linemen too. Like
got some linemen. So they went and got they because we already had a Tia. We had Tia.
we didn't bring in no running
No running
backs.
back. So we had no running back. They already had running back. So and he was only a freshman. So they went and got a tight end, got a good receiver, and got some linemen to go around it. So they went and built that. So me and VJ were the only skill guys that came in that year on scholarship for the most part. Yeah, if I remember. Yep, we're only skill guys that came in on scholarship.
On offense,
I'm pretty sure. I'm
who
pretty
else did we have?
scholarship
I
based.
don't know. I don't know. But
Wide
yeah,
receiver. Who came after VJ? Who came in with VJ at wide receiver?
I don't
Scholarship.
know. Nobody.
Did we
I
have?
don't know.
I think it was all like JC guys that came mid-year, started popping in, like the Terry Loves and all the people that would come in and out, like that. Not Terry Love, something Love, but is it, did we have do
It
they
might have
Love?
been Terry Love. I
Yeah,
don't know.
something Love.
That sounded right.
But we in a room at this apartment. We listening to stop, wait a minute, because that's what I just came out. That's what I just came out. You know that.
Slow down.
Yeah, and if you know anything about Amo, he repeats a song. If he hears one song he likes, we're hearing it for the next 30 minutes.
Oh man.
And run that back, run that back. We run
You
it
remember
back.
when the Carter 3 came out?
Oh my
Bro,
gosh, bro.
phone home.
Phone home. We couldn't even get to track number two. Like come on, bro. It just came out. Run it back, bro. And I was
Oh,
the
bro, run that verse back. Yep. You
yep,
already
yep,
know.
yep, yep.
You already know.
And so this man, all talking. You know, we skinny guys. We're not in the football world yet. And we're like, how much you bench? How much you bench? You know, so I say 215. I'm not gonna lie to these niggas. I don't owe them nothing. Excuse my language on that one. But and so also we get to Weez, and this one I was like, this one I knew in this moment like, I'm not gonna like him. I was like, he's a chump. Yeah, right there, that guy right there. I remember I was like, some dude was coming trying to talk about. He was just all buff, and then um, so I was like, 250. He goes, oh, y'all made me feel strong. Y'all made me feel strong. I'm like at 275. Still weak shit when you really get to college at this point. Like that's weak in college.
That's your max. That's weak.
That's what we're repping like third rep by the time you're a senior in college. I'm
Man.
275 and at this point. I look at VJ. I look at him like, man.
Bro, you were doing so. I think me and you both.
By the time we got to our senior year,
But by the time we got to the senior year, we was
four
on the
plays.
275. But we instead of the 225, we started doing 275 because you were able to do it over 20 times or something.
And we hit
So
that
you
back,
had to start
like
doing
13 or something like that. We would go for like 10 times, 13 times, or like 275, 8 times. You're like, what the heck?
Oh my
But yeah.
god! But yeah, I remember that day we was in there floor pressing. We had coach going wild.
Well, we had like when we was floor pressing, we had
Bro,
like
we were floor pressing.
it was like 415 on the bench, and he was like, put another plate on there. Put another plate. And I'm in shock because it was so light. It was really that light.
That's what I was like. Juice.
We were shocked. I was like, oh shoot. Boom.
Right,
another plate. Boom.
Good
but
time.
So we fast, so right in that moment.
Now go back to the 275. Like this, I want to hear your reaction.
So he like, oh, y'all made me feel weak. Y'all made me feel strong. So I'm already like at this point, if you know anything about AU, like who I'm gonna be like, what? Like,
especially knowing that I might be guarding you and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
so I was like, he came and played safety and played time. I'm like, this nigga, man, get him out of here, bro. Excuse my language, y'all, because this is how I was thinking at the time. And so I'm looking at VJ, and we get in the car because we're driving separate. Darren Muji was my host. I'm like, you hear that dude at the, I'm like, yeah, it was this dude. So we get to the house party. But everybody still stayed together. But at this point, I could tell it was me. At this point, this is when I knew that for the rest of the next 4 years, it was going to be me and VJ and the rest of them. Cause it was only me and him, and me and him was kicking it, and they was on a whole nother planet. They got they was acting like they already had class on Monday, like they didn't have to fly home, like they was not, they was coming
We was there,
back
man.
to the
We were
hotel
San
late.
Diego State
I
athletes.
went home early that night. Like I was like, yeah, I took my per diem money. Actually, no, Muji owed me $60, but I took my, I
Ooh.
went home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We learned the per diem tricks at late. The per diem tricks, hey, college guys. That, well, now you guys are starting to get paid, but that per diem learn.
Hmm.
What the hell? I thought just Peter. Did you just pee on my foot? Oh, I thought he peed on my foot. Hold on, messing up the story. And so, we get to the hotel, trips over. Fast forward freshman year, I think I forget all about it, but Weez is already at school at this
Yeah, I
point.
was there, man.
He's already at school, so he's enjoying the campus life. Blah blah blah. And then I arrived. I think I arrived early. I arrived about a month and a half early. I didn't go to school. I didn't have to go to school like these cats.
Mm,
I was already in there. I was like, yeah, yeah, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We in here. So I arrived like a month
needed that.
early. I started doing workouts with you guys like a midway through. I think,
Yeah, there was like a second group. It was me, Emilio, and
all the school
BD.
guys had to go in the morning,
Yeah,
and
me
then
and Aubrey. Me,
and then
Emilio,
yeah,
BD, and Aubrey.
and then if you came, like if you were like coming later and you didn't work,
You
because
jumped in.
we stayed out with Lindley and we would drive in to do the workouts.
Hmm.
So it was me, VJ. We ended up moving in like a month early, month before school started. After I wanted to get to college. I don't care. I was like, I'm getting. I came from Arizona, so as soon as I could, I hopped the 8 and I was on my way. Um, and then I don't think that for the most part our freshman year was solid. Actually, I feel like that's when we had freshman year was good because we lived in VA. We were neighbors technically because me and Rome were close because we had every class
Hmm.
together and we wouldn't
Mm,
go to him.
mm.
I remember like it was yesterday. He would come knock on the door.
So your roommate was Ryan Lindley, Miles, and
No, no,
VJ.
no, that no, no, no. Me and Moss could never have roomed together. I would have, we would have got.
Who was your roommate freshman?
I
Where'd you live
I
freshman?
roomed with Logan, Aubrey, and the redhead dude. I always forget his name.
Vince Camarda.
Vince Camarda.
Vince was my guy. Oh
I room
man,
with that was our room, and
you was with Aubrey.
Me and Vince almost fought because he would do this thing where he would leave his peaches. Bro, he would just leave peaches on the counter, bro, and they just like sit there. I was like, clean up your peaches, and Vince thought he could fight everybody. So as soon as you said on Vince, he would just get mad and try to fight you. He almost lost his life that day.
Vinny boy, man,
Yeah, shout out to
I
Vince
miss
Camarda
Vince.
because I actually met Vince on my recruiting trip too, and we became friends.
He was from
Yeah, I actually liked
out here
him.
too. He
I
went
don't
to
know why.
Cathedral Catholic or
I
something like
don't know. I
that.
didn't like you. I liked him. Because we stayed
Because I'm
friends.
black, man.
No, I know exactly what happened. It didn't happen to the summer after. Um, but school was cool. Like our freshman was cool. One thing
Hmm.
I didn't know about Weeds that I kind of knew I wasn't rocking with. I didn't feel like because I felt like there was he didn't know who he wanted to be loyal to, and I think that bothered me. I think that bothered me. I think that's what I didn't like because he didn't know if he wanted to be in a black frat or be a football player. Because if you know anything about our history at our schools, like they wasn't messing with us, we wasn't messing with
Yeah,
them, and I was
man.
cool with that. And we didn't mess with the basketball players, nobody. But Weez and Rome,
Hey, man, we're likable people, man.
they
We're not
changed
gonna,
it up, and you know what? Like by like the end of it, everybody started really hanging out as a unit, all everybody as a whole. But when they first started, I'd be like, "Does he play football? Or is he in a frat? Who is he
Is he
with?"
with this? Is he over there
Because
in Little Africa?
Cause me and VJ never did. We would see, cause you would see us walk by y'all. Like we would walk, hey, yeah, what's up, everybody? Walk down the steps, start walking to the other side of the commons, and that's where we link with all the athlete girls, like on the other side by Taco Bell. But y'all be up there, you're like, look at
We be up there, East Commons.
what they doing up here. We over here with the softball team, the rowers. Like we over here. This is where we belong. And that's I always be like, and that was the more so me not having. That was more so identity that
Just experience in college,
that
man.
was more identity on my end, just being just caught up into a world where you have to think of one way and that's not seen as a lens. Now, like I think black first and I'm a black man first, and then whatever I do for a living is what I do to make ends meet or make things work. So back now, I probably would have been kicking it there. Probably my girl probably would have been named Tisha instead of the other T name, but but
Tisha.
that's how life works, man. But you have to, and so that was freshman year. Some of the baddest part it was the Jammy Jam was freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
Jammy Jam was freshman year. Oh
Peterson
man,
Gym.
that so like yeah, we was like so okay. We have the makings of a freshman because that first year everybody because I was me and Romeo were pretty tight,
Yeah.
and it
It
was you
wasn't until I think we started living together
yeah
we
it
was
was
like, oh man, this dude.
yes. I think that's what happened. I think we all just because I think I asked you guys to help me find a place because you
He
guys
was like, just come in with
yeah
Amo,
because
man.
I
Just
should have
come on, man.
I should have went to McKell's and like yeah like I started to, but I
Man, we would have seen each other. You talking about with Mikkel and Jerry and all
we started
them. Like
having
it
all
was
this
like
lot.
4 houses we could have stayed at, but we was all still at the same house every day.
Yeah, so it wasn't until then because it was pretty much you, me, Ron, VJ, and we went everywhere freshman year. It was fun. Freshman year was the craziest time.
Yeah.
It had it popping, and I definitely was probably the best wingman. His freshman, I used to introduce him to a world that he ain't never know he could have. Like, hey man, I used to go to school out here in Arizona, and the other con they do like you. You just gotta say the right thing. You gotta say the right things. I used to bring him a like, hey, have you checked this out? It's a new thing.
Oh
But
man.
it was sophomore year, you know. So sophomore year, if you guys know anything about me, I'm a musician. Obviously, the music has been. I always put cats on new music. I always have like at one point I always had the latest album because I knew how to get it. Especially, I definitely knew how to get it. I had the software to get everything. I was
Man.
downloading. We was as soon as it was out, we was getting it. I don't think we paid for nothing that summer.
Mixtapes.
I don't think we paid for nothing that summer. Like we would literally, as soon as I wake up, I would be on this little like one-seater chair, crouch, just looking for the next,
Oh man, a
looking
little
for the,
orange chair.
looking for what somebody's gearing, firing up the video game. It's after workouts. We worked out for an hour,
Oh
so we
man.
really was together all day. For like besides an hour, we work out in our little position groups, do our thing, and then come back. I might have to go play catch and then come back later.
And trying to find a ride to them workouts.
Oh my goodness, it was terrible, and I couldn't remember. I was on crutches that whole summer.
Oh,
I was on crutches that whole summer, and I was doing the bone. I had to find time to do the bone stimulator. I had to put that little thing on my
oh
foot.
man.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, so we would do the music. So one day we had a commuter car finally. You know, shout out to Weez, Mama Weez came through, plugged us for the summer. She, you know, some reason she trusted him for a whole summer to be able to ride around in the whip. So we had a whip. You know, we always use it. That was the one thing I did appreciate. We would use the whip and we would get our food, you know, whatever money we have. But one day, I think this was a, I think this was it. One day, and I feel like I'm happy I got a platform to tell the story. I feel like was I wrong?
I done heard this story a million times,
Was
and
I
yeah,
wrong?
this is. I want to hear some
Listen,
reactions with this, man.
so one day, you know, obviously you guys know how important it is music is to me, and you know how important it is that I got the vibes right in the house. So I'm not thinking of it because we only use my computer because school was out of session. Actually, I had summer school, but I was done. So school was out of session. We only use my computer for music. So Amos was like, "Hey, put some music on, bro." So I'm like, "All right, yeah, go ahead and get the music going right now." I go because you don't know the back end because you was already gone. So I'm like, okay, let me look at the computer. Now I'm like, all right, wait, I do I
Hey,
put
man,
on.
you didn't tell the people that the car that everybody was driving, the radio didn't work.
The radio
All
did
right.
not. Okay,
So just tell
disclosure.
the people that the car everybody was driving had access to 24/7. The radio didn't work.
The radio didn't work, but we never had thought to use this method ever. I've never once heard we never so the radio didn't work. I never once have seen us do this method when we all drive in this car. We go get food together. We've done a lot of stuff together. I never saw us do this once. And at this point, they was already working my nerves. I was already cooking for everybody. I was already doing enough. Like this is you can't do this. And so we I'm like, yep, you know. So I'm already an underclassman. So when the upperclassmen say do something, you go, you do it. It's in this crib. So I'm like, all right, let me go get it. At this moment, I'm like, all right, I know I put the computer here. Another hour goes by, bro. I can't find my computer for like an hour, 2 hours. The day goes to night. Oh my gosh! At this point, I got a call my mom. Like, Mom, I don't know where my computer is. I think it's been stolen. Like, I don't know at all. Like, Mom, I promise you, this how these fools walked in the crib. They walked in playing music on my computer. Oh, I wanted to kill niggas. I wanted sorry, like I feel what I felt, man.
Oh my
I wanted to
god.
kill. I said, "What? Who y'all think?" Oh, I don't even know what I was wolfing, but I was. I mean,
You
when
know
I
we ain't got no radio. Also, you had all the
ah,
jams on that
they came
laptop.
in. When I said I went crazy, I said, "What y'all think?" Oh man, I think that's when I first they woke up the Hulk. That's when I
I
got that
think you
whole
might have
tattoo.
changed the password on the computer after that.
I
I
changed the
don't think
password,
I don't think we
everything.
could get on.
No one had access to it no more. If you wanted to be a DJ, I had to be the DJ. Yeah, I was about to start charging y'all for the sessions. Like I was so hot. They had the computer. They took it out of the city
I
for
had to go home real quick,
the
man. I
whole
had to go
day, bro. They
home.
didn't get back till night. I'm telling you, when I'm thinking, I'm like, my mom about to kill me. It's like she does this computer. She just said that was the gift I got right before college, and
Mm.
that's when the beef started. And that it went to the field. It went every after that. I made sure I love you, Rome, but you like I was routing you like that was nothing. I was all right. I'm gonna take them out one by one. So on the field, Rome, I got him out of here. But me and Daywan would battle. I would battle.
Oh
So
man.
whoever harmed me that day, I was battling them on the field for the rest of the college time until I got hurt again, and that's how it started. And then we would just beef on the field from that point on.
I remember this one time. I think I had like pulled my hamstring, so I was doing the walking around the field. I'm walking around the field. You working out, and I'm like, dang, also you tired? Like, why are you so tired? I'm walking around the field.
I used to always say stuff. It used to make me so mad.
Oh my
It used to make me so
gosh.
mad. It used to make
Good
me so mad.
times.
Like I would drop a pass. Oh
All
dang!
city, all Arizona.
I thought he was going to the league. I'm like, it was all jealousy. They knew. So, so for one, they didn't like that. Arizona cat. So I play tight end. So I hope you guys know when you play tight end, there's only one that's really on this field, and there's a whole bunch of Californians infiltrated throughout the team. But when it came to one position, there was only one dude from Arizona on this field. Everybody from California, for the most part, besides Muji, he had to share with the Californians, and so did Chaz. Me, I didn't share. I shared one dude from Colorado for like half a year. They were like, all right, that's enough of that. I was like, all right, thank you guys. Stop playing games with me. And then I got that spot until I got hurt. And they didn't like that because they didn't like that I was out here just mixing them. And I was like, yeah, we out here getting busy. You don't play football in Arizona. You don't play football in Arizona. And I'm like, bro, I'm the only one starting. And I'm from Arizona. What are you talking
Oh
about, man?
man.
And remember when I'll never forget. Remember when the high school kids came and we was doing the drill and I put you on your back.
What? I don't
That's how,
remember that.
yes, because I remember what
I
you
was
said. You
playing.
said
It probably happened.
because this is what you said because I think I went after the whistle a little extra. This
Of
is what,
course.
and he was like, "Oh, you said really, really, really."
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I do remember that. You was
I
pushing me
screamed,
all
"Oh,
up to
yo,
the
body!"
ground. I was like, bro, what are you
I screamed, "Oh, yo, body!" I was like, "Ah!" Boy, they had us crazy in there, bro. Had us really acting like barbarians.
pushing me? I was like, what are you doing, bro? Dude, I got him like, this guy's angry. This man's angry.
He showed. He said, "Really?" He said, "What's good?" He said, "You need to do all that." No man, and then so like it just started that, but and then I think it was just like it was just all on the field battles, and then I would say where we can fast forward where like we our junior year because if you know anything about football, tight ends and safeties for the most part if you're a good tight end, you're gonna go against a safety. If you're a weak tight end, if you're battling linebackers your whole life, you're probably not going to the NFL. So I'm gonna tell you that now. So if you're a tight end and they're keeping the linebacker on you, I don't care how fast that linebacker is. There's things a safety can do a linebacker can't. You're probably not gonna make it. But so we would battle literally all the time because they had me running routes like receivers. So our junior year, that's when everything I think this we both like from opposite sides became like I don't know stars, superstars, whatever you want to call it. We were on posters and pictures and tickets. So we both started getting interviews at that point. You know when you and that was the one thing I said wait for like at the end of practice like please let them call my name. Let me call my name.
Hey,
That was
Devon,
the
just hold on real quick.
yeah, that felt good. He's like, yeah, I'm him. I'm him. But that was the year we finally started getting that. Hey, Austin, they need you after here. They need you over here. They want me over here. So we blossomed together, opposite sides, still doing those little beefs though. I think it helped us grow because like we
It was
were battling.
competitive.
It was competitive, and I think
Yeah.
it stemmed from that like just like and like when I say like we was like beefing, like it wasn't beef. Like when we hit the
It stemmed
parties,
from the laptop, bro.
it stemmed from the laptop. But when we was at the park, for the most part, like we still like all was hanging out. We still
Yeah.
did all stuff together. We still we still made plans together. We ended up even rooming together that next year. Like even like we chose the room
Oh,
together.
snaps.
We chose the room together. Cause remember we had to pick that summer. We still chose the room together that next year. So it was like
Right.
we chose it still, and then it actually
You
worked
talking
out.
about
Like
our sophomore year?
yeah, it was after you stole my
Yeah.
laptop. We actually
Yeah.
ended up
We
moving out of
actually
there,
we actually
moving into
moved.
a dorm together. Like we ended up.
They didn't let me and Rome live together.
Yes, they couldn't live together. So I think you had to ask. I think they just put you with us. Like, are you
No,
asked?
I was with y'all, but we added Brandon Kahn.
We added okay because you and
Yeah.
Rome can live together. So I was
Me
like,
and
all right.
Rome couldn't live
I
together,
was like, all right,
and
you
it
can.
was like we was like it's gonna be us four together, but they
Yeah.
didn't allow Rome to be there.
So
So
we had to add Brandon. Oh yeah, because it's gonna be you, me, Rome, VJ. It was good, perfect.
yeah,
Like,
that's
it
who
makes
it was
sense.
gonna be.
That'd have been a crazy fun house. But they was getting too much trouble freshman year. But we never told y'all. So the house that we lived in for the summer before we moved into the dorms was the house we met at on the
During our
recruiting
recruiting
trip, our
trip.
high school, our senior year. So that house has a lot of history,
A
and
lot
there's
of
a lot of
history.
stories in that house that you
I
cannot
still
get.
drive by,
That's
man. I
that's
drive
like
by.
that house would be like that story. That type of story would be like Life Talk After Dark.
The live show,
Everything
the
else
lights off.
everything else after that house is just happened. And shout out to everybody that was a part of that house. I still keep in touch with a lot of them. So shout out to everybody there. But we ended up moving from this house where we're beefing into
A dorm.
a dorm together. Not like, and we chose to do that during that summer. But that's actually we didn't have no issues.
Yeah, and that was the summer going into Brady Hope. Oh no, yeah,
No,
after,
no,
after that was
we have
after.
we endured that together because we lived there with that spring. We still had to live there all year until the end of the year. That's when they came that
That's when
winter.
they came,
And
yeah, that winter.
but at that winter, at that point, Khan had moved out, so we all had our own little
Oh
space.
yeah,
So we had a
man.
nice little big spot, and everybody was coming to our place and kicking and standing. We had people standing like all the time. Like people would live at the dorm, sleeping at our place. Like what are you like?
Man.
Bro, we used to have that living room floor used to be packed, boy, packed. Especially we
Mhm.
come from the old spot down at the club down there on University. If you know if we went to the club University, that the living room floor at the crib was packed, and we were sleeping on the floor too, all of us.
What was the name of that damn place?
I don't remember, but that's funny. Like we would like we really would all be out there sleeping. We had our own rooms, but it's like
At our own rooms, but like was watching TV or something.
everybody
Passed out watching that
everybody doing what you do at the club.
little
Everybody laid
TV.
out, and that's when I got sprung off. Taylor, she was always with me at that point. I said her name. Sorry, you know you are. But that's when I got sprung off my ex at that time, so she was always with me at that point. We have stories about the club too, but that's all not going to be televised. Um, but we actually went to our first underage club together.
Oh man,
That's
faces,
faces, man. And what
faces
did I do? The first they said don't get in no trouble. The first thing that happened, the
got
dude
kicked
just
out.
We didn't get kicked out. That dude did. Remember, he was antagonizing me. He just made me. They made me sit at the
Sit
table.
down. Yeah, you had to sit
I
down.
I had to sit in the
Yeah.
section. I couldn't get up from the section.
Put them on timeout in the club.
But you know who I was talking to at that night at the club?
Who?
Front office.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Swaze.
That's
but
funny, man.
but yeah. So got to our first underage club. Uh, man, four local nights as well. uh,
The white can for a loco. Some
no,
of y'all don't know about them.
you know what we used to do that
What's
nobody
it
could
called for
touch
a
us on?
loco?
The hurricanes. How we used to go buy us a bottle. So we would buy us a bottle of hurricane each, not separately, not to share, but each. We would go to the homegirl's house, lay on our backs, and race to see who could finish the hurricane the fastest. So when we got up, we was just we would toy. I don't even know
wake
how
up,
we
wake up like we just drank some Gatorade.
get Gatorade up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. working out. Ha, ha. That's when we knew that they had programmed us like that because we was watching all them do it before us, like you know. And this is at this point. I think I just turned 21. I didn't drink till I was 21. That's one thing about me. I think that everybody me and VJ used to get a hard time because we used to live really our freshman year. We used to be known. My little downfall was the ladies. I'll say that was one thing that I was definitely having fun with was the ladies. But in terms of like doing the activities and drinking, me and VJ didn't do that. And we used to always get made fun of. And I would get made fun of for the type of ladies I talked to that first year. Type of lady I talked to that first year. Hey, your nose is bleeding.
Hey, man, to each his own. Also.
Hey, man, the stuff that you could say in 2007 that you can't say in 2020, I would have filed a lawsuit and all these cats got rich. I got rich. Your nose is bleeding. No, it's not. I just like a white woman.
Man, he's discriminating against my guy.
Oh man, they should discriminate. We're not gonna talk. We're not giving our code names for what we call people, but just know if they said your nose is bleeding, it didn't mean drugs. It was hilarious. The first one said, I really checked my nose. I was like, what?
For real?
He's
Yeah,
like,
dog.
man, you just on that, you just on that sauce. Um, but then that was sophomore year. Junior year was a beautiful year. I think that was the year we kind of matured. We both had ladies. Um,
Junior year?
yep. You did have a lady.
I did.
You
Mm-hmm.
did have a lady. I definitely had my lady because I begged my lady all sophomore year, and I used to hate you for that because I remember you used to be like, "She don't like you." that that's how evil he was. I used to court this lady, invite them to all the
Hey,
house parties. The lady
and the way she treated this man, that's what made me say that.
and
But she loved him.
he was wrong. He was wrong. She stood by my side and rocked.
Hey, man, this dude over here.
She played my mom at my senior banquet. That's crazy. It ended up, but he's like, she don't like you, and I get it. But yeah, so that was sophomore year. Junior year was good, and then life
I
didn't
thought you
really.
said that was junior year.
Now
That
sophomore
was,
year is when I chased her. Junior year, we had a good year. Senior year
yeah.
is when I think that we had to become boys because we got both we both draft year. Everybody we counting the bag like everybody else.
So let's talk now we talking personal now.
Yeah.
So let's
So
go to your mindset
so
after your
you happened
breakout
first.
senior.
You happened first. You
Yeah, yeah,
happened
yeah,
first.
yeah.
So I think you should go first because your situation happened before mine. I was still
So going into like after junior year, he just said we had some good years. Had a great work, like was just getting buff, was getting in shape. I remember
crazy.
when we were out there running the 300-yard shuttles and the defense was running first and y'all came in. He was like, Daywan, you better start running. But it was just so easy. Like it was like I was running. It just looked like I was just jogging, but that's how in shape we
I
were.
used to lap my guys every time. I remember, no, you know what I remember when I knew I was looking like a beast? We were doing that 2-minute drill and I had the dreads with the chain, the gloves, and you was like, you kind of look like a football player out here today. I don't know if you remember that. But everything just came together because I was a hooper who turned to football
Mm-hmm.
players. So like they all play football. I played probably 8th grade on. And then I remember him saying, like, you actually look like you could play some football. I came out there, this laced up, chains, everything. So we
And the
changed
ill part is like our lockers ended up being right next to
right
each
next to each other.
other's.
We got we had changed, like bodies changed. We got the numbers that if you're on the team, you get these numbers, you know you're the best players on the team.
We have
You
the
only
best block on the team,
yeah, you
man.
like if you ask for these numbers, they give it to you without question. That you know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much, I had broke my foot. This type of players we would got. I broke my foot. We had an equipment dude, remember the little Hispanic dude, the chubby one.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Miss Garza,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Angie Garza, live show, send us some gear. But
Oh, please look! I
shout out to,
need me
shout out
another
to
beanie,
Angie.
Angie.
I got nothing but the most utmost love for Mr. Garza. But uh, but we had an equipment dude, and I broke my foot. So me, I said abuse the shoe policy because my foot was broken. And I was their baby. I
You
was
just
only a
roll
sophomore.
around it.
I, I was a sophomore, and literally I came from the boot straight to the field. Like I didn't have a summer. They're like, all right, you're playing this game, just be ready. And so I think I played a week, and it's that. But they wouldn't give me shoes. I was type player like coach. He didn't give me my shoes. I would go down after film. Best believe them cleats was in that locker, and that's what he had built to. But Daywan had definitely started. He had started. I think me saying Daywan get these interceptions early. I was like, okay, I got to get my because I didn't come on to my junior mid season when VJ got hurt.
Mm.
Once VJ got hurt, there was like 3 games where I was a leading receiver, and I had got touchdown after touchdown after touchdown those games. I was like, all right,
Junior year.
let me take over. That was junior year, and that's when you
Mm-hmm.
started getting the interception. I think it was on the same game. On the same game, New Mexico State.
New Mexico
You got
State.
New Mexico State. I got the touchdown.
Interception and the
I got a
fumble
touchdown.
recovery.
I got a touchdown. You got a fumble recovery for the touchdown. Yeah, that's ironically that those happened that same game because
That's
I remember
crazy.
routing that dude on the stick nod. That's crazy. Ironically, those happened the same game.
Balled out.
Balled out, but yeah, then we get so go ahead and continue.
Yeah,
You know,
so just we talking about being in shape, and you just listening to the year we had, our junior year, right? So what is it? The last spring ball game. We got the track and field Aztec Invitational going up above us. We down on the field last spring ball freaking
it's a
scrimmage.
vibe. That day's a vibe every
It
year.
was gangster, man. And then like the third play of the game, third play of the scrimmage, beginning, cover two receivers out, Nico Sandiford. I don't know who the one was,
All I
but
know, Yard.
Nico
All I
ran
remember is Yard.
Nico ran a out route, and I'm a cover two safety, so I saw that out route fast enough to get there and break on the ball and get demolished by our outside linebacker.
That was now.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
that day, I think it had rained the day
Turned
before.
somber.
It rained. It rained because if you remember, it rained either that morning or the day before, and
Yeah, it was nasty.
the
It was
sun
wet.
started coming up while we started scrimmaging. Now, mind you, that was the same scrimmage that I juked it mess out of Miles. You remember that because Coach Long got mad at him.
I
Miles,
wasn't there, bro.
oh,
On my way to the
oh,
hospital.
okay. So, anyways, Miles, I juked you because I remember somebody telling me in the film room. They said my coach asked Miles, "Is he a better athlete than you?" And Miles said, "No," which is a damn lie. I'm definitely a better athlete than you. You may be able to do a lot of good stuff in backflip, but more for sport, I'm a better athlete than you. So get out the way. I always wanted to say that. Like, yes, you are buffer than me. You're more flexible, but you see me pound for pound every sport. I'm way better athlete than you. So, anyways, so
Miles is a monster.
he's a monster of a nature beast of a nature. And I love Miles, but
Yeah.
athlete? Are we talking sports? You talking sports? Like all the sports, soccer included, track and field included? Because I was faster too. We raced.
Yeah. Oh,
We
you raced
raced.
Miles?
I beat him. He got mad. Because, every time me and Miles had that, me and Miles were the same human on the different, like we looked exactly the same, but just a different
size-wise, y'all was
and it's
identical.
opposite sides. And so, like, it was always a battle. But
He was just way stronger.
he was way stronger. Let's see, what drills? No, the only drill that I couldn't really get with Miles in like because he was strong. It was a
He would get leverage and on the Oklahoma.
if it was Oklahoma, he beat me every time. I got him in the triangle when if I could position block him and just have
Oh
the running back run around
yeah.
him. But if Miles saw me in 1-on-1, he hated that. I mean, I think I caught a one-handed post on him at one point in life because it was just like there's like I
You're
don't
out
know.
there like I got a linebacker on me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, they already know. You saw linebacker. Like I was out here. Like that's one thing that I miss is the way I used to run routes. It's like it's just like it was chemistry. It was for my size. You know, a lot of people pass me like the Escobars. Like they run routes. Like all you tight ends at San Diego State who are running routes right now to this day. If you're running a corner route and you're breaking to the post first, like if you're doing a double post, you stole my move. Like I created that because I was the only person that could really do it like a receiver. I used to hit him
You'd be like,
pop, 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 and they would be left. I'm like, oh, like, yeah, got you, and that ball be out. So y'all, study that tape. But that was a good year. So I guess for me, after I saw you get injured, you were out. I thought, I saw you were injured. I didn't. It was that practice was crazy quiet.
like, well, yeah. How was the atmosphere after, like after I
I,
left and all that?
you ain't see them many stars going back in like that. Like they were like,
What?
it was like we were going in, and like they used to bully me. Like I had Gavin was young, and DJ, so they would like work DJ.
Oh, I remember DJ Shields,
They were
man. Where DJ at now?
He's an engineer somewhere. He's doing good for himself. The
Hey,
moment he graduated, he like got a high paid
peace
job.
out football.
Yeah, so like I gotta get his context. So if anybody reads this, that was like if there was a tight end that was my best friend, me and DJ Shields, because me and DJ Shields kind of had an understanding of how to work hard, but knew when it was time to go cut loose, And that's something I learned through, Weez and Ron, which I actually do appreciate because now I know how to balance life. Because back in the day, I used to think like if I drank this, I'm not making it through this workout. And there's sometimes I couldn't because I had asthma. Like they used to be able to abuse their bodies because they had good lungs, good speed. Like I had to like really be like, all right, I got to drink water tonight or I'm gonna die, and it's not gonna feel good. But DJ was my best tight end. So for me, that practice, everybody was quiet.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's my first
Everybody's
time hearing
quiet. It
that.
was slow. Like people, you could kind of see it turned more to like they kind of called it. It was like everybody kind of like a form fitted practice. Like we was tackling still. Like, but it was like, all right, we're gonna shorten this field up. We're gonna finish with some red zone. You get in the red zone. We beat you guys in the red
Yeah.
zone because we had Ronnie.
Oh my
We
god.
beat you. There's not too many. If we're being real, our offense was way better than our defense.
Our offense wasn't our offense that. But listen,
You had,
The way Ronnie did dudes in the game, he didn't do that to us in practice. He
because
never turned the corner on me in BD.
you know why? Because we threw the ball all practice on you guys,
Oh my god.
bro.
I was smacking running backs all over the place.
Every skilled player on that offense that year was nominated for some form of all. I was almost all. I was damn near all American. I was nominated for all John Mackey. So I was nominated for the best tight end in the country. Let me toot my horn. So I was already out of here.
we
EJ
had
was Blitnikoff. So you're talking about you had
we
potentially
had Basil James.
okay. I'm not gonna let you do this. I don't. You see before the hip before the hip, there. I'll tell you this. Before the hip, there was. I'm gonna say it to you guys, and you guys are probably getting mad. A lot of you do line. None of these ends can hold water. Like I used to love blocking. I used to love blocking the ends. I used to hate blocking the strong safeties and linebackers because you guys had what I had. This footwork to
Mm,
go because you guys kind of knew like, oh, he's fast. You guys kind of knew like he's gonna get off the line quick. He's gonna do everything fast. Lineman, I could get off the line slow and still catch up to these cats. Like I used to always get in trouble because I had to cut off Ernie on the backside. And I would never take the right step because I would just turn and run. I'm like, Coach, I'm not. I'm just gonna run and then turn on him. Like if I take this step, he's gonna beat me because it's all he knows technique. But if I just turn and run, he's slow. I love you, Ernie. And then we got the 5-star Perry Jackson. The first time I ever the,
I forgot about Perry. Where my
the
man
first
at?
the first time I ever bought Perry, I love Perry. The Perry's doing well for himself. Actually, I actually all of us doing well. He's acting
Yeah,
and he in
yeah, I kicked
fitness.
him.
Um, The first
What?
time,
How you gonna disrespect another one of our D linemen, man? What you gonna say?
because I'm just telling you, hey, y'all, hey, there's Zoom. Yeah, anytime y'all want to get on here, Zoom, and I'm gonna tell you to your face. Come on, and y'all saw practice. Everybody knew they didn't want to go against. Hey, the D lineman did not like going against me for nothing. 1-on-one's nothing. But the first time I went to Perry, this is why I did this to Perry. Because for one, Perry, I was chilling with my lady. Oh, you do got a pretty girl. I was like, hold on, my guy. So I had to bring her over, sit her on my lap. And then the second time was he was talking about. Remember, Mr. Perry was from UCLA. Now
Is
you're
that where
talking.
he transferred from?
You know what? You're talking. He was a 5-star recruit, but you're talking to 2-star recruits. Like when we came to San Diego State, we were there. We were cowbell workers. Even you coming from Rialto, like
We had to do what we had to
we
do,
were
man.
we were like we were good recruits, but to the big schools, we just didn't have maybe a couple schools were like, all right, we'll give you the offer right now. You got to take it now. Like a lot of those stuff. Like not, it wasn't the ones where like we'll give you the offer, let you sit on it. A lot of us didn't get to sit on our offers like a lot of these cats did, and so he came in with he was an old 5-star recruit. He's 5-star JUCO. Oregon wants him. Cal wants him. Blah blah blah. And he's just bragging one day. One day he put me in his house, showed me his little rifle. He's bragging. And I'm like, man, I'm not scared of you, bro. And so finally he gets off of whatever he had to do.
Dang, also my laptop.
Oh, so I don't know what happened, but
Oh.
second week, second punch. Second week, second punch. We back in, but let me talk about how I pancake Perry Jackson. Let's get right into it, back into it. So he was talking about how I'm from Oregon. I do this 5-star. I got the tattoo, the football on my stomach. I was like, all right, bro. I'm not none of that. I'm a 2-star recruit, but I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm nice now. Like I'm different. So he finally got cleared, got out there. And I remember I felt bad the first time I blocked that man. That's how y'all D-line was to me, man. I felt bad when I blocked him. I was like, that's it? Run power this way. Ronnie, come off my butt. The left side. I'm a wall him down. I'm taking him down. And the way I'm talking is how I really talked on the field to these cats. I really thought I'm the man.
And that's why we talk so much to each other, because he would catch one, throw the ball, spike the ball, yeah. But when he dropped one, best believe we
Now, it was rare drops because when I was open. But this is what they don't ever talk about. When I was open against him, it wasn't like I was just open. I was wide open against everybody. If I had the ball, that means that the safety was way back there. And then if I got that on, and if you knew, because that 4.5 was real in the field. I was a lot faster. People didn't realize that's the one thing I think people that slept on me. I'm fast, and so I would catch the streak. If I caught that seam of that middle, they couldn't catch me. I was out the gate. Y'all see that in the intro? Did y'all see the intro?
Now look, like I was there. I saw you do all that great stuff. But like now when you talk about it, like I remember when you came back from injury and was trying to run those things.
I was that.
I remember you galloping. You used to gallop.
You know what? There was
But
only
it was
one
bad because I was the same. I was the same.
There was only one practice bag that I felt good when they gave me that shot, and that was the first practice when I caught that past the middle. And now I think I used all my speed for the rest of my life on that one play again. Coach was like, "Oh, you back?" I was like, "Ah."
Oh man, little do you know.
I think I'm back. I did whatever the doctor gave me, but yeah, it was a crazy time, and it happened at the same time. So at that moment when I get hurt, which is my senior,
So when you get hurt, I'm working out. I'm gonna tell you what Coach Wellman said to us when you went down. This man said, "Austin, get your soft ass up."
not knowing my whole hip is broken.
Didn't know nothing. But
Broken
he was like, "Look at Austin over there, still laying down. What soft?" Like,
mind you, I had just. You don't even know what type of play I just ran. I had just routed the dude, dove, just put my body on the line. So for one, I remember this practice because, for one, we are at this point. There's so many NFLs. Like there's so much NFL
Scouts,
talent.
man.
Like, and I'm one of the guys they're watching. Like, simple as that. Like, they're here for me. Like, the teams that were here, I was going to the individual drills. Like, I had the Cardinals, Philly. They're all there and they're watching me because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is surreal. Like, it's the best from the
Right,
world. So
right.
when I run this play, it's my signature play. Finally, he called my play. This is what I've been living for. Stick nod. You already know what it is. I'm a double move you. They give me Andrew Feaster. That's barbecue chicken. Come on, bro. Andrew Feaster on me with the scouts here. I'm eating. I'm eating automatically. So I eat just like I think I'm gonna do. So I break him off. We have a quarterback that got drafted, but his accuracy was a little off. He overthrows me. I'll never forget this, and excuse my language. And this is what I should. This is when I should have known that something was going to change, because nobody ever. I tell people there's some when he overthrew it. I remember saying shit, and I took off running. And I remember in that moment, because I was cruising, because it was a wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, put it here. Let me show him I can catch it. This man threw it in it. By the way, we're in the end zone already. It's red zone. So it's a 20-yard touchdown. If you know our field, if you ever play in our field, if you catch the ball in our end zone, sometimes you don't really know it's our end zone because it looks like,
Right.
because the way
Yeah.
they mark it, because of kickers, it looks like there's still some marking. So in my head, I'm well aware at this point, my senior year, I'm too aware of like, I'm so good at this point. I'm seeing everything. So I'm like, all right, I'm not in. I see the marker, I catch it. I dove for it, catch it. I'm like, I'm not in. So I stick my leg out while I'm diving forward. Now, if you guys ever know, like, if you ever seen a bike on a kickstand, like if that it just hits the ground and bungees up, that's exactly what happened to my hip. Bo Jackson, look it up.
Mm.
I don't know if you saw it from where you got hurt. It looked like I jumped when I landed. If you remember,
No, I watched your film. I saw your film when you got hurt.
it was so much force in that leg that it looked like I jumped another like 2 feet. It was just the force from the break that it catapulted me
It
up.
catapulted you up,
And I
yeah,
landed
man.
on my body, and coach said, "Get up." I was like, "I can't." I remember telling coach that because scouts were around me. He goes, "Get up." I go, "Coach, I can't." And I had to that's why I was laying there because I was like, "Shit, what do I do? Do I?"
You got our coach over here is soft. You all
Yeah, I was
soft.
like, at that point, I'm like, do I act hurt? And then, but you're watching what nobody ever sees. I saw my name get checked off the clipboard when that happened because they've been in the game too
It's a
long.
business.
They've been against like, oh, he just that's just been damaged goods right there, that hip. And if you ever know Dennis Pitta, anyone with a hip injury besides Tua, I don't know what type of medicine they got now in 2021, but Tua, congratulations, because I didn't think you were coming back because Isaiah Thomas he had the same hip injury. Dennis Pitta had the same hip injury, and what team
It's
are they
crazy. We
with?
played against Dennis Pitta.
Dennis Pitta was one of the tight ends that made me get good because I was young. I was a younger dude watching him, and I was like, man, that's how they play. I need to get like that. I want to do that. Like, and you know what I'm saying. And the only thing I heard about that was 1,000-yard senior year. I was going for 1,000 easy, and that's what hurt the most because I knew I was going to get all the verticals I was gonna get touchdowns off of that year because I was so fast and strong and just like I was so smart. And I
Yeah,
did
the smartness is what gets me too. Like I just felt like I was just so
smart.
game
It was
smart.
everything was so slow. Like even like the point like I'm talking about Juke and Miles, like a year ago, like I would have just ran to the sideline. I wouldn't have thought I'm gonna run to the sideline. I'm gonna hit him with a break, hit the brakes, and that's one of my favorite plays because he's that elite, and that's how good I was. Like I was breaking off dudes, like dudes that got drafted. Drum Long, he was a wrestler. Only time he beat me was in a tire pool. And when it came to the field, though, I was fitting up inside that body, and I was willing him. But there was like I didn't feel the D lineman on our team could hold water with me, and they never did. I felt you guys did a better job even in the run game because you could come down with your
Yeah, it
force.
was our defense too, though. You know,
Yeah,
the defensive linemen just made fits. The linebackers and safeties came and filled.
well, they did a good job of getting you guys so strong and fast that when you guys came down, it was like you ever had to stand like I don't think that you guys understand having to stand in position while somebody's running
Somebody's running full
that can
speed.
bench 300 plus pounds and you see this blitz, you're like, all right, this lineman's about to slide down. So since he's gonna vacate, I know somebody's coming at me full speed, and I got to try to hold my ground so he doesn't take off this dude's head. And the chances are, and I wasn't good at that. I wasn't good at that. I wasn't good at that. I'm not gonna tell you all that now. I used to try to get out. Anytime I can get out on the route, I was like, yeah. You got him. I'm out because I'm not gonna be in trouble. But when I got hurt, it changed perspective. Um, but I was never one of those thirsty type of players. I was like, once I got hurt, I was like, I'm trying one time, and once it's done, and that's what happened. And I always knew I was gonna try one time, even if I knew I was gonna get drafted. I knew I was gonna get drafted, so I was like, that's gonna be the one time I try. And I was projected to go like third or fourth round that year. Cause we did the junior day. Remember we did junior day? You were hurt. You got hurt.
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it. I did it. I actually ended up running 4.5 at junior day, 4.59. So the guy's like, and that's after Colorado State. He's like, oh, you gotta do. He's like, he says, just stay healthy. That's all he told us. He goes, stay healthy. You're good. Didn't happen. Third day camp. I remember that third day camp too. I remember that week of camp because that week of camp, if you remember, leading up to it, I don't think there's a better offensive player on the field that week. I remember throwing BD on his back, screaming. I remember diving for passes. Like I was catching everything. And then I remember breaking my hip because we had just got shells. I was like, oh yeah, it's popping now. And then that's what happened. But long story short, I made the highlight reel of that year pop because I was on every single. They had me just pulling the kettlebell every round. I was like, don't we play teams? Like they had me.
They got us in there getting buff.
They just want to show like, hey, we turned into some monsters. And you know what? That if it wasn't for that time,
yeah, that's what really solidified
our friendship.
Yeah,
our friendship.
You ended up moving in and everything too.
End up moving in. Due to the injury, I ended up moving in because I didn't want to move back home, and we did our pro day. Doing our pro day, and literally it was one of those like moments like it was like 30 minutes left. I'm about to hit the road. Like no money on pocket. And I'm like, I don't want to leave. My parents was cool. Shout to my parents because I would have been pissed as a parent. And literally they coming to pick me up. I was like, I'm not going. And I literally just stayed with my man, Weez, BD, shout out BD, which will probably be the picture we post when we post the show. And from there, that's when I think the friend had go because we had to learn how to scholarships ran out, rent was due, food wasn't being provided. We wasn't getting, you wasn't getting free merchandise, free gear. It was like you really had to figure it out.
Man.
And I think it allowed us to we figured a lot of stuff out as a group. Brothers in Stocks is something we, in terms of being able to invest and being able to talk about investments, that comes from the trust that we built when we was eating Vienna sausages. Like we was really eating Vienna sausage. We got to the point where we went from all that status and stature together to eating Vienna sausages, and I would literally eat leftovers of him. He had a lady at the time. I would eat leftovers or whatever they had just to make, survive, and they wouldn't judge me no different, no less. And that's what created all those stories. And then that downfall, I think, you remember that draft? I don't even think we was faded. I don't even think we cared for that. Like,
yeah,
I didn't watch.
Man.
I was telling y'all to turn it off if you remember.
Man.
After I saw no disrespect, I saw Brewers now. I said turn that off. If you remember, I said turn that off. I said turn this off. I was like, I don't even want to see that, bro. Turn it off. I want to watch it. No, it's Jerome. When Jerome got drafted, I was like, turn it off. I said, everybody that I've either pancaked or I've outran, I've outdone anything has gotten money. I was like,
injury, man.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So for 2 years, I don't know how long it took you. I didn't start watching football for 2 years.
Yeah, when I saw Ladarius Green get drafted from Louisiana.
Yeah. But you know what? I thought you had I'm thinking like, okay, there's a phone call coming in your future. Something's happening. But when you didn't get a call, that's when I knew that I was like, oh, this is a lot different than college.
Yeah, man.
And that's when they realized, because I was like, because you still ran a fast time and stuff, but I guess it was the more lateral movement that like, oh, you can't.
Yeah, I fell on the back pedal. My leg got caught. I wasn't the same, man. I just wasn't the same. Didn't have confidence in myself. Didn't have confidence in my leg. Like I had confidence enough when my adrenaline was going, but I just couldn't.
I ran a 4.9 from a 4.5. I remember. I remember looking at my dad just crying like, "I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this no more." I was like, all that work. Just I remember
Yeah,
all
man.
that work.
Just
Like I was like, I used to be a specimen. Like,
I ran a 4.4 flat.
did you
With
ever go watch us hoop and dunking on everybody in the rec
yes,
centers? Like
I
I'm like,
was like,
we'd
I
be
was the
out
only
there.
one who couldn't dunk.
We
Y'all
used to
out
have to.
here, ah, ah, ah. Like, hey, what are
We
y'all
used to be out
doing?
there, bro. We used to be out there hooping, like we was really athletic out there dunking, and now I'm so proud of that because I'm tight end. We out there. Like, I'm the best. I was the best hooper all 4 years. I don't care what nobody said. Nobody played basketball better.
See, look. I got respect from my guy Rome because he was a
Rome was
hooper
nice,
too.
but I was the best.
Rome had basketball scholarships.
So did I.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But I want to say like because there were some footballers that played street hoop, but in terms of
Mhm.
hooping, like I don't know if you went to that day at Peterson Gym when we was just running everybody.
That's probably the day I'm saying. VJ
Oh,
threw cock one back.
when I caught one back on oh, you were on our
DeMarco
team.
was in there. Yeah,
I
DeMarco
stole
was
a
in
ball from
there.
DeMarco. He got mad. I stole a ball from him, went up there like LeBron and cocked it back and flew.
Sully was in there.
I I would never forget. I think you were with us that day. The first time we ever played was our freshman year when VJ caught the oop off the with the two-handed at the arc. I was like, okay. But in terms of hooping, I don't care. I'll post this as a post. Hooping all 4 years, I was the best hooper at San Diego
Man,
State.
you gonna have
Left,
some
right,
comments underneath
left,
that,
right shooter
man.
dribbling.
You
We
gonna have some
literally the teams
comments.
that the one time I went to Peterson Gym, we didn't lose. We ran like my team ran the court. That's when we done. That's when I picked DeMarco and it was me, VJ, Leon,
Leon was
Nico.
out there.
It was me,
Yep.
VJ, Leon, Nico, and I was playing the big man position, but I was a high flyer. And then we had, I think Sully. I think
Mhm.
no, did Sully play with DeMarc? No, Sully I think was on my team because I remember Marcus Andrews. I dotted you in the face. I just want to throw out names. I remember there was some blood on the floor, blood on the floor, and I remember giving a little LeBron jab stick. I had my LeBron twos on, the all white with the golds. I remember that. LeBron said there's some blood there. He lifted the blood. I'm talking about his hands right here in my face. I rise up like LeBron. Game. I called it swish. Oz, Javier, y'all know I'm the best hooper, man. That's why y'all gotta look at the hoop. That if you look at AIM is getting 9, I'm still doing trick shots. You say y'all
Mhm.
see me, I'm still shooting with the left and the right. Like if y'all think something different, we old. Get in the hoop shot challenge. Get in the hoop shot challenge. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the beginning of our story. As we go through the live show, a lot of the story now is really incorporated in our show.
Right.
So that kind of leads you guys to like now brothers and stocks, uh, me going through divorce. Shout out to the ex-wife, by the way. I know we tippy tap, but we still have a good cordial relationship.
Daughters.
So daughters, and stuff that men need to hear about because y'all heard a lot of success just now and a lot of stuff that we laughed about, but when we were going through it, I can tell you I was probably the craziest
Crying.
dude. There was nobody crazier than me when my hip was broken. I thought everybody was out to get me. I hated everybody. Like I literally would just be grumpy all day. Like they would tell you,
Between them pain meds and that pain in your heart, man.
man, between uh listening to the weekend times, because if you know the weekend, we was listed. The weekend was definitely a medical prescription for. He was definitely a doctor at one point. I see that he's still a doctor to a lot of y'all. Don't listen to that.
Oh
Don't listen to that. The
man.
weekend will have you. The weekend have you go through it. That's not a doctor.
Yeah, I'll be out there self-prescribed.
You see that man over here documented doing whatever he's doing to his face. He's not the answer.
Oh man.
Um, But we got through a lot to get to this point, which is the live show where, we got Super Bowl Sunday coming up. We just have a lot of dope things, man. I
Yeah.
know I do a lot of the talking because I do a lot of the intro, but when it comes to the meat of like good gyms, that's when I shut up, let Weez do it, and then I usually follow up with a gym of my own. But I guess now it's just we can now that we got y'all caught up, we're gonna definitely play video games. I know. I'm trying to like.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm gonna clock. I'm like, I'm trying to get like small guys. I know he's like, man, we gotta get these games going because it's late on my side, so we gotta get early because it's late over here.
Yeah.
But if you guys have any questions, anything else we missed out, but that's pretty thorough. Like in terms of what we want to tell y'all, like what you heard is what we want to tell you. Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's life too. Don't tell everything because you still got to get a job. So if y'all have any questions, we're at the Life Show. TheLiefShow. Vibe Father out now. I was gonna stop music through the life, but shoot, it's getting better and better. Like literally, I didn't think Vibe Father was as good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought Vibe Father was trash. I was like, yeah, this is like, cause in terms of what I was going
You
through,
don't got my banger on there.
I got On the Way.
No, it's not.
It's
Not
1000
on
Part 2.
Oh.
It's called 1000 Part 2. And
Man, I'm over here looking for On the Way. I'm like, it ain't even on here.
Yeah, play that as soon as we get off this. Go hit play. It's right there. I messed up on that. It was too late, and like I said, that's why I don't like the project because when I made the project, it's a true life story, but it changed so fast that like the project seems like it's not what I'm living now. You know what I'm saying? Besides a couple songs, shout out to the people that influenced those songs. They're still around, but yeah, that song's on there, bro.
Okay.
I probably messed that up by changing the name. So now that I know that, I probably got to tell people that that's the song.
Yeah.
But if you did Weez finish lyrics.
Yeah, I finished late. We about to get it popping.
Yeah, we gotta get you gotta get something popping because we now have platforms to promote it. So at least if you get now we have some platforms to get it out there and tell people, hey, $5 can get you 30, $5 can get you 100. The right.
Yep.
So that being said, I'm about to order some Postmates. I still haven't, and we're gonna play video games. We love y'all. If we miss on anything, that's how we met. I love my brother to death. Now my brother has helped me eat when I haven't been able to eat.
I love it, man.
Vice versa. And we've seen each other grow from terrible boyfriends and husband at one point to now good men. And and our happiness lies within the things that are important. His kids, his work, my career, my puppy. I love my puppy and my work and stuff. So it's a blessing because whoever comes in this circle is going to be very fulfilled. That being said, we're out this thing. We love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Hope we incited y'all. Good night.
Yep. Have a good one.
I'm about to hop online right now. I'm about to hop in this party.
All right.
Send a song. It's 2 weeks now. I've done a song, man. And people know that. People know what AU like. They want to know what Weez like.
You say mixtapes.
I had to call him out for y'all. Bye. I had to call him out. Y'all see. Peace out.